Yes, we can start.
Sure. I'll just. Hi, guys. Very good evening and welcome to today's webinar. Before we go ahead, I'll set the agenda of what we would be discussing today. As you guys already know, us being from MCUBE, we are a cloud telephony organization who deals not just in telephony but every other communication for that matter of fact. You name it, maybe WhatsApp, SMS, emails, everything that is there, we can offer it to a customer, and we provide a one stop solution for anything and every kind of communication for any organizational needs. Today, our main focus or the main use case that we are going to cover, just allow me a second. Yes, I guess that's better. Today the use case that we are planning to cover is education. Now, if we talk about cloud telephony in a generic uh, use case, or let's say in a generic business case, calling is something which fits into every business use case, may it be education, may it be real estate, may it be fintech, may it be edtech, may it be a bike servicing showroom, may it be a car purchase. Everywhere we need calling at some point or the other stage. But as we are closing in to the year's end, and there is a huge amount of calls that would be routed towards admission now. So, as we are already entering the peak season in admission, it is very important for us to understand of how the communication modes or how the communication would actually help us, as well as how we can leverage these tools to make sure that our communication is up to the mark, as well as we don't miss out on any leads. Because whenever a user or any person for that matter of fact, may it be me, may it be you, whenever we run a business, the most important thing that we keep in mind is that none of the leads should be missed, because every lead missed is money lost, irrespective if I am irrespective the person would buy today or not. It could be a future prospect, it could be a person who might buy a course that I offer 1 month later or maybe 2 months later. We never know. So we have to make sure that every lead or every incoming call or every amount of money that we have spent, maybe on social media, maybe putting up a hoarding on a way, or maybe spreading or distributing pamphlets, any kind of mode that we take care of, the incoming call that is dialed to a business number is a lead who is about to close with a 80% probability. That is something we should never lose, because that is something which is most likely to convert to a sale which will give me money at the end. Now, when we talk about education, I guess we will handle the question at the end of the session. That would be a better way. As if I go ahead and answering question, then it might deviate things a little. Yes, coming back to the concept, coming back to what I was discussing, is that it is very important to make sure that whichever call comes into my system is either tracked, and even if a call is missed, I should have a number to call back. Now, what happens if it's a mobile device, or let's say I have 20 agents sitting and everybody has their own personal devices and they are doing calls? Now, it is very likely that they would, if out of 100 calls, it's most likely that they'll be able to maybe reach at least at max 70%. At least they'll reach 30 or 40% of the missed calls. But at max, you can only track it back up to 70%. You cannot guarantee that you will track back 100% lead, whoever calls was missed. Now, adding on to it, there is no point. Customer knows no time. They can call us at any given time. What do you do if you are in a non working hour? What do you do if it's a Sunday? Then, in that case, a call goes unanswered, then the customer will never reach you back, because when he tried for the first time, you were not available. Now, that is how a customer thinks. We have to find out or figure out a way how to do it within making sure that the customer has a pleasurable experience, the customer is not missed, and we can track everything in one single system. That is where a telephony system or any tool comes into picture that is related to telephony, that allows you to track these things. Now what I'll do, I'll just share my screen, take you through the steps that allows us to do that, and which you can also leverage to actually upgrade or help your system. Now, just a small question, Viplab. Could you just let me know if my screen is visible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, the major thing as we are catering today is education. Now, as I was discussing, that we are closing to our uh, admission session. Now, in for the next 3 months, we would get more than thousands of calls in a weekly basis at least, and even in some use cases, daily basis. So it is very difficult for you to track. And secondly, there is another challenge that comes up if it's a personal phone. You would have to publish those many numbers to actually scale your business up. Let's say I have 20 agents, I'll have 20 numbers published in one pamphlet. The customer dials the first one and never dials the second one. Now, that is another problem that comes up. Now, what actually happens when you implement a telephony system into the picture? Now, the first thing that comes into place is whatever calls comes in. Let's say you have published a number in Instagram, you have published a number in website, you have published a number in Facebook, you have published a number in a hoarding, you have published a number in let's say pamphlets, or you have published a number somewhere in some vehicle. So every lead or every call that comes into your registered number is funneled down into one system that allows you to track of exactly which investment or which ad investment actually is reaching out to people and is making money for you. This is the first thing that is solved. Second thing, as I was saying earlier, that if we go ahead and have 20 agents with 20 different phones, I'll actually have to go ahead and publish 20 different numbers. In this case, what happens? You can have one number published globally throughout the world. That single number can be routed to all your agents. So what happens? We create something what we call as a call flow system. Whenever a call comes into, let's say, number X, then in that case it follows a certain flow that is set by us, which allows to map or route the call to multiple agents as per your request. Now, this is something which is completely customizable, because we understand that for different businesses, different use cases, we would have completely different scenario. So this call flow is something which can be customized as per business needs. But again, drilling down to the main important part, this allows you to funnel down your whole conversation or funnel down your whole incoming call concept into one single bucket from where you can pick and take things as per your convenience. Now, excuse me for that. Now, moving on to the next one is, yes, now the next slide again focuses on something that is very important, as I was discussing earlier, that missed opportunities. So let's say today I got about 300 calls. Now it's most likely that I could have missed 100 out of it. Now, out of the 100, it is not possible for me that I can go ahead and dial back 100 tomorrow, because tomorrow again I'll be getting 300 calls. Again, I would miss 100. So you see, every day I miss on 100 leads. I might have, my number might have been published in an Instagram ad. Now customers are looking at an ad and giving me calls. But I am busy with another customer. So what happens? I will never get call and those customers are lost. This is what is solved by a telephony system. If you have one, let's say ABCDE is a number that you have published in Instagram. Now that number is assigned to a set of 20 agents. Whoever calls in that ABCDE number, the available agent keeps getting the call one after the other. Now there is again another use case. What happens if all my 20 agents are a call? Which is again very likely to happen. I get 300 calls a day. In that case, we have a concept called as call in queue. That means whenever you call a bank, whenever you call your credit card customer care, it says that you're in queue number 4. Please wait, your call will be connected in 2 minutes. Now, this is something which is brought by a telephony system, because in my generic phone I can get up to 7 call at a time, but I am only liable to answer one. But here I can have up to 10, 20, 30, 80, 100, calls in queue, depending upon what is my agent size and what is the call volume that I expect in a daily basis. Next thing that happens is an inconsistent follow up. Now, for example, let's say I, as an agent, and you, as a customer, you told me give me a call at 4 o'clock. Most likely, I might forget. Most likely, if I have written it some piece of paper somewhere, I might lose the paper. Most likely, if I don't remember your number, I might actually lose you as a lead. And so, what would happen is that if I have a telephony system, I can actually go ahead and create a follow up of my choice. Now, what that allows me to do, that at 4 o'clock, a call is automatically triggered to the customer. I don't need to remember it. I don't need to follow up to call back. The moment I go ahead and create a follow up, let's say yesterday at 6 o'clock, that today at 4 o'clock I need to call back my customer, a call is automatically triggered. Again, there is a question that what happens if I'm on a call? Then the system waits for me to get off a call so that I can dial the customer back. See, things become streamlined, things become more efficient when you have a tool doing the job or making your job easier. Definitely, you can do it manually. Definitely, you can write it in a piece of paper, maybe in a sticky note, stick it in your board. But again, if you have too many sticky notes, it's actually of no use. So, a tool is actually something which makes your life easy, and telephony is a tool which helps you streamline these things. Next, again, is zero visibility. Now, if my number is configured in, let's say, again, in an Instagram ad, you being my manager, how do you know what I have talked about? You being a manager, how do you know where I'm doing the mistakes? Now, this is again something which can be offered by a telephony system, in which what we can do as a manager, you can actually come into the call and actually see what is happening. You can come into the call and actually listen, that is your agent doing a mistake or not. These kind of things allow you to track the agent's performance as well as help them increase their productivity over the period of time. Moving on to the next, as we were talking about the advantages, one of the major advantage, as I already discussed, is managing things becomes streamlined. It is more efficient. It is more logical to have a telephony system, as it makes things easier and trackable for you. Next, telephony system is also moving into automation and AI, where you can have a AI enabled system that can do the call performance check for you. So today telephony is not just about calling. Telephony allows you to track system. Telephony allows you to create system as per your choice. So you can have a lot of flows, a lot of custom configuration as per your business needs that suits you the best. The another thing which is a profit is that whenever a lead is generated, either it can be through Instagram, again there are thousands of social media depending upon where you have published it. Now tracking those things, you would need some kind of a tool which is either a CRM or a lead management tool. With those two, you can manage the leads, or even for Google Sheet for that matter of fact. You can manage things, but tracking of how much calls were done, tracking of what is your how much time your agent actually spends on the call, that is something which is still very difficult. Now these things are actually more automated and better when it's a telephony system. Moving on to the next, what is the impact that we see in a day to day basis? Now, once every inquiry is funneled down into one single number, every inquiry is funneled down to a single group, you actually know how much inquiry is being generated. Now, what was happening? Me as an agent, I have a number. Out of 30 call, I was able to answer only 10. So for the business, for me, only 10 inquiries were generated. But is that the fact? No. 30 inquiries were generated, in which I missed 20 of them. So you lost 20 new opportunities that could have brought business to you. Again, those 10 might not convert, you never know. So that is always an option. The more leads you have, the better conversion rate or the better scope of business you have. Next is the follow up. As I was already telling, that follow up is a very important aspect. Missing follow ups is missing a lead. So, telephony system allows you to manage, track, and make sure that a follow up is done on the right time, on the right point. So the customer never feels that he or she is not valued, as well as they can also create their own version of things. This is again business to business. We can definitely go ahead and configure it as and if required. Now, moving on to the next is my apologies. Moving on to the next is every metric measured. Now, what do you mean, or what do we mean by every metric measured? Now, there could be business one who says that I measure my agent's metrics on how much calls they have taken. There could be business B who says that I measure my agent metrics of how much time they have spent on conversation. Now, again, there could be business C who says, I measure the metrics of my agent of how many customers they have converted. So, all these things you see again are configurable, varies from business to business, and these things can actually be tracked. These things can actually help you identify who is your best performer. Then you can have a certain level of awards for the performer, which in turn motivates other agents to outperform that specific person. So, in turn, better business for you, better tracking for your system, and better performance of your agent. Everything is taken care by one single system. Now, please make sure, or please keep in mind, we are still discussing one system in picture, and that is able to do these many things one after the other. Moving ahead to the next one is again the same thing that I was discussing earlier. Admission season, huge number of calls, chaotic situation, hundreds of places, numbers published, everything come into one, which helps you to control and manage things in your end. This is what a telephony system does. It's a bridge between the chaotic situation, because we do understand marketing is chaotic. Marketing is something that is supposed to create chaos, and but we cannot be part of that chaos. We have to have a system that will allow us to bridge the gap and take things under control, so we can do things as per our choice, as per our convenience. Moving ahead is, as I was discussing, now there are three use cases again that we would like to take care here. So let's say I have 10 agents, all the 10 agents are on call, a 11th call comes in, it is missed. It's a Saturday, nobody is logged in, missed. It's a Sunday, nobody is logged in again, opportunity missed. Let's say agents are only there till 6 o'clock. What happens if somebody calls at 6:30? Again, opportunity missed. So you see, even a minor change, even a minor modification in the time can impact such enormously in your business. Now, what we do is that whatever is a missed calls, we can keep a track, route it to what we call is a auto dialer campaign. So the next day your agent logs in, all the missed calls starts dialing automatically. You can have a tone played to your customer that, hi, we now is our non-working hour, we'll get back to you when is our working hour. So you see two things happens. First, your customer knows that you will get back to them, so they have confidence on you as a brand. Second, we make sure that none of your calls are missed because we keep a track of things and then add it to a specific auto dialer to make sure on your agent's availability calls are dialed. Now, this is what allows you to create, or this is what allows you to go ahead and convert every possible missed opportunity into a possible conversion or a possible sale. This is what a telephony system does when it is brought into an organization. Moving ahead, uh, again, now if I say that I have a customer whom I have been trying to call for the past 2 weeks. Now there's a lot of nurturing that I need to do. I need to follow up with the customer. I need to follow up with the customer. It may be a call, it may be a message, it may be a WhatsApp message, it may be an email. Now, there's a lot of manual work required. I need to remember that I've dropped a message to the customer one. I need to remember I've dropped a message to the customer two. I have sent an email to customer three. And all these again have to be entered somewhere in the Excel sheet. Now, all this can be automated in this tool. Now, what we can do, let's say if you as a customer, you called in, you had a conversation with me as an agent. Once the call is complete, I can click a button, you get a WhatsApp message. Hi, this is Uttarayan calling in from XYZ University. We just had a conversation. This is the brochure of our conversation and the courses you looked in for. Please go through and let us know what is the next step, or if you would like to know anything more, or if you would like to know more about the free structure, know more about what are the EMI options. You see, everything and anything is possible when things are automated. People don't need to remember and do things, they can just do and forget. System will do the job for them. So these kind of automation can actually be brought into system when there is telephony and additional systems, additional communication system integrated as one. Now this is what allows or this is what would help your business to automate things while there is a peak admission season going on. Because if you're getting 300 calls a day, definitely trust me, you cannot send 300 messages after every call, or else you might not be able to attend 300 calls. Then you'll be only able to cater to 100 customers, in which 200 customers are again missed. So these kind of configuration is something which is possible in the telephony system. Moving ahead, again, as I was saying, performance tracking, how your agents are performing, how much conversion are they doing, which is the time when you're getting most number of calls. That time you definitely cannot allow your agents to go on lunch break. For example, let's say you are a educational institute who does online masters. Let's say we have lots of examples. We have Manipal online, we have LPU online. So they have, like me as a working professional, I can do the masters from there. Now, definitely, I won't call them at this hour. This is my working hour. I would call them in the lunchtime. Now, they are also in lunch on the lunchtime. So, what happens? They miss out an opportunity. So, in a telephony system, you can actually track at what time my calls are getting high to make sure your agents are available. Next, you can also track if you have 300 agents or 100 agents or 50 agents, how many are available, how many live calls are going on, how many agents are on break. These things can also be tracked using a telephony system, because you see what happens in a telephony system, you have to add each of the agent. If you add each of the agent in the system, definitely there is some tracking that will be done. So this also allows you to maintain the performance as well as maintain the number of calls you are getting on a regular hourly interval. Adding on to the next, again depending upon business to business, you would have separate databases, you would have separate educational platform, you would have customer relationship management tools, what we call it a crm or a lead management tool. A telephony system should be something that can be integrated to all. A telephony system should be something that can allow you to integrate and make things smoother, not difficult for you. So in our telephony system, we have an option, we can connect to a third party DB or a third party NAS system for that matter of fact, if you have any. It can connect to any ERP tool if you have a system. It can connect to any CRM tool if you have. So APIs in API integration and everything can be seamlessly done. And it's just matter of hours. We can send you the call data, call recording, when your agent logged in, logged out. We can have better lead nurture as everything is tracked in one single system. You can have follow up accuracy as I was talking about, like you can set up at what time I was supposed to call back that customer. You can have the call recordings for your upcoming agents to make sure that they learn the best outcome and how to sell the product correct. All these things possible through one single platform, which is a telephony system that will allow you to track things one after the other and make sure you have everything in a streamlined system. So that was it from our my end. That were the things that will allow or help you to track things, manage details, and enhance your productivity in not this or your any admission life cycle or any admission cycle that you come across. So over to you, Viplab. Please let us know if any questions are there or anything that I can answer. I guess we had a question from Mr. Hati. Hi, Mr. Hati. Thank you so much for joining in today. As you are saying, we can same as fewer mobile numbers through your facility. Yes, we do have an option where we can use your existing number for routing the call. That is something which we call is a GSM service. However, that is not a recommendable option. The reason is if there is any let's say network drop in your specific sim, that drops all the call that is coming through that specific network. So we our personal suggestion is go ahead with a DID number, because it is then dependency on the network or the telco who is providing the same. Did I just leave the meeting?
No.
Okay. Yes. Coming back to your next question, Mr. Hathi, how much recording? By default, we have about 1 year of recording with us. By default, in the panel, you will have 3 months of recording available. However, if you want to have longer recordings available, that can also be done. We can share the recording with you. What about spamming issue? Now spamming issue is something which is really becoming a concern in our day-to-day lives. However, we have Truecaller verified, as well as we have tie up with Geo and Airtel, from where we can get the spam removed. Now just to break it a little, as this came as a question, even if from your personal number, if you dial more than 150 or 200 calls, there are chances that your personal number even might get spammed. In your Truecaller, whenever you get a spam call, you would see that in the last 2 hours, more than 189 call, more than 200 call. That is how Truecaller marks a number as spam of how many concurrent or recurring call that has been done. So we have an option to whitelist. Actually, there is no option to whitelist your number, but we can raise a request to remove the spam. And the ideal situation is for any business, you take a set of 4 or 5 DIDs which can be rotated on your day to day basis so that the spamming is in a low count. We are looking for admissions CRM. Now, you can definitely get in touch with our team. They can help you with one of our partners who can give you a better rates and even easier access to the CRM platform. I guess our team would be able to help you with that. Mr. Jose. Mr. Hati, again, a good question. Unreachable numbers and register at what time it is respond and how much time customer listen to gauge interest. Okay, now there are two kind of bot which we can talk about here. One is a service that we call as voice blast. Now what happens in voice blast is that you have a certain audio recorded. You answer the call, recording is placed. Press one to interested, press two to not. That is how you can gauge of how good or how interested the customer is. Next is another product that we again already have is what we call the voice bot. Now, what happens in a voice bot is it's a conversational bot that will actually talk to you, ask you questions, ask if you are interested or not, and it is exactly, or you can say up to 70 to 80% like a human conversation, where you can dial out using a bot, and similarly the bot can have a communication with the customer to make sure of how much interested the customer is. Okay, the next question is whitelisting services. Is it still showing spam for Airtel and Geo? Users have any solution for these? Yes, we do have a solution for these. As I told, we already have tie up with Airtel and Geo as they are our telco providers. So we can get this spam removed, and that should not be a problem at all. Do we need to purchase an additional business Truecaller subscription if we are using your telephone system? Yes, Mr. Mandal, as Truecaller is a completely different service. So, yes, there is an additional service. However, if you don't want to go for a Truecaller service, that is again completely fine. We can get it removed for the spam with Geo or Airtel tie ups. That should not be a problem. What about if the number is blocked by the customer? Now that's if I still try and do that, that would be invasion of privacy. So that is something which we cannot do. If a number is blocked by a customer, we can try with a different number. That is the best solution that we can offer, Mr. Hati. I guess that answers your question. Any more questions that we have today? In that case, Mr. Hati, what we would suggest, you can get in touch with our sales team. I guess I'll give you the number once again. The number is 1-800-419-2202. This is the number for our sales team. Please reach out to our sales team so that they can, and this is for Mr. Mithilesh Karyodi. This is for you as well. Uh, I guess the sales team might reach out to you. Again, this is completely something that Viplav, who is hosting the webinar, would take care for. You can either, what kind of, we can reach out to you. You can send a, you can just go to our website, mcube.com, send a request, and yes, Mr. Hati, that is the right number, 1-800-419-2202. You would connect to a salesperson who can later guide you and see of what is to be done. And coming back to Mr. Mandal's question, what kind of bot will you develop on telephone? So in telephone, we develop what is called as a voice bot. Now, voice bot is a communicational bot that communicates like a human, like me and you are communicating. You are sending me a message, I am replying you as a human on conversation. Now this bot take input as a voice and gives the output as a voice, which is more of a human communication. That type of bot we develop on telephone systems. Can we get APIs? Yes, Mr. Shah, we have all kind of APIs available. May it be dialing out, may it be getting numbers, may it be getting new numbers, or connecting to any kind of CRM. That should not at all be a problem. We have about a set of 70 APIs as of today. Any more questions that I could answer for you guys, or which I would be helpful for you? Okay, just a second. I'll just see the Q&A session. Customer success vertical, and I would like to understand in depth AI offering. And can you share the contact detail? Okay, Mr. Agarwal, the AI offering that we have as of now, yes, Mr. Shah, we have every kind of integration with Zoho. Mr. Agarwal, the AI offering we have is in two verticals as of now. One is a post call analysis, which allows you to analyze a call, or let's say a quality analyst who would actually go ahead and do the call analysis for you, and they would tag the call of how likely the sale is to close, how likely, if the customer was pleased with the response or not, or do you need to get back to the customer or not. These kind of things can be tracked through one vertical of the AI. And another vertical is the voice bot that I already talked about, in which we can go ahead and create a bot for you who will have conversational communication with your customer on your behalf. Biplav, I'll just request you to take the number for Mr. Agarwal. He would like us to reach out to them. Reach out to him. I'm so sorry. Okay, perfect, guys. Any other question that he can answer for you? I've been using your telephony service for the past 3 years, but I haven't noticed any new features in your tool. Mr. Mandal, I guess then in that case, there are no. I can rest assured that there are 7 new features or 8 new important features that we have released. I would request you to please connect to the sales team or your customer relationship manager. They would be able to help you regarding of whatever the new features we have released. Any hardware. Uh, Ji Amrit ji, we can do the session in Hindi, but as English is a more कॉमन लैंग्वेज. बट प्लीज आप बताइए, मैं आपके कौन से सवाल का जवाब दे सकता हूँ. अगर आपका कोई ऐसा स्पेसिफिक सवाल है, आप किसी स्पेसिफिक चीज के बारे में जानना चाहते हो, प्लीज मुझे बताइए. आई बी मैं ज्यादा खुश रहूंगा आपका जवाब देने के लिए. Any hardware services extra? No, not at all. Mr. Hathi, you don't need anything additional. Just a Chrome and a web desktop or a laptop is more than enough to have a system up and running. And it is a SaaS based model, yes. Okay, so do we have any more questions? Can you ask your sales team to share about new development? Sure, Mr. Mandal. I'll ask one of my relationship manager to get in touch with you. Just one request, Mr. Mandal, could you drop in your business name so I have some specific point of whom they need to reach? FIIB. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Mandal. I'll ask somebody from my team to get in touch with you so that it is Fortune Institute of International Business, if I'm correct. Perfect. I'll ask somebody, Mr. Mandal, to get in touch with you. I guess Mr. Hathi has also shared his number. Peplab, could you please take a note of it? so the team can reach out to them. No, Sakshi, we cannot. I am actually not liable to share any commercial detail because that is something which I don't take care of. I am actually from the product. So anything and everything regarding a new feature or maybe a new, no, I don't think so. We have that option as of now, resell. However, we can definitely go ahead and explore it. That is something which is more of a sales call that the sales team might have to take. Amritji, again, that is something which I cannot comment on because it is entirely on the sales team, as that is something which is taken care by them. Sakshi, you can just drop your number. Biplab will take a note of it. So, or what I'll suggest, rather than dropping your number, you can go to our website, uh, mcube.com. In there, you can share a request directly, and then our sales team will get back to you within the first 24 hours. I will share my website link in the chat. I guess this chat is visible to everyone in the group. Perfect. I've just shared the website link in the chat. You can directly go to the website into the contact us session. I can share the contact us session link as well so that you don't have to do the maneuver and everything. You can directly go to this contact us page, fill in about three or four details about your business, of how many users do you have, and I guess my sales team will get back to you in the first 24 to 48 hours. Any more questions that I could answer for you guys? I guess then it's a wrap up. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining in. It was a pleasure having a word with you, and hope to see you guys on board our business very soon so that I have opportunity to actually talk to you guys personally and then take things ahead and as we go. I had a detailed discussion with Mr. Biplav a few months ago regarding the new features, but we still need an update on the guidance on our existing plan. Mr. Mandal, I would again request you to get in touch with your relationship manager, or I'll talk to the team to get in touch with you so we can take things ahead accordingly. Don't worry, Mr. Mandal, somebody would get in touch with you today itself. I'll try and do that. Okay, so thank you guys for your time. It was a pleasure having you guys on board. And please reach out to me. I'll drop my email so that if there is anything that you guys would like me to know or you guys would bring into my attention, I would be more than happy to help you people. I guess that would be my email address. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, and let's see you on board. Thank you so much for your time today. Great meeting you. Signing off, Uttarayan Mukherjee. Bye.